All right. Mr. Joe, how you doing? Parasite? How's your guys? Friday's coming along. What is shakalackin'? Okay, so I've already gotten started on the featured. I've got 2 million more to go. Oh, look at that. Look at that timing, eh? But yeah, once we're done with the featured, we'll get into the basic, finish that off, and yeah, the rest of the time will just be in summoner trials. We got 1.5 million done yesterday, which is usually the goal per day, so we're on track there. We got our asses handed to us in war, which, hey, I mean, they beat us the last time, so at least they're consistent. Or maybe we're consistent. What are you guys up to? See. And I think I should have all the points for the science combat. Yeah. I just have a little bit more for EQ completion. Don't really go for the final milestone for that, but I might. This was in here. Well, yeah, okay, let's finish this off. And then I may go through the daily EQ. I was worried that the game might crash when I saw the command logo on your screen at the start. Go to emergency maintenance. Yeah, well, other than the other day, it's been okay so far. The last few days, so. But I think we get AQ. AQ starts tomorrow, right? So I would expect some problems tomorrow. I don't think. As long as I've paid attention, I don't think anytime they've updated AQ has it gone smoothly. Like normally, the day of the update, there's something wrong, and usually what they end up doing is just decreasing the energy timers. I think there might have been once or twice too where day one of whatever changes to AQ happened, they ended up just canceling the whole AQ session. Now that might have only happened like once though. Adam, how you doing? How's your day coming along? All right, let's get this last 2 million points done in the featured and get on our way. Yes, indeed. And yeah, I was going to stream earlier, and I ended up watching. I started watching the beginning of Shadow's stream, and then I was listening to the news. Then I was just lying down, getting through some of the arenas, and I'm like, well, if anything, I may as well at least stream the basic. So I was gonna finish off the featured off stream, but I'm like, meh, it's only 2 million to go. It won't take too long to get through here and then get into the basic. So yeah, season 9 starts tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, so I expect there to be. Well, it absolutely. I think they've already said there's an issue with map 8, which will be resolved later on. So we're gonna get map 8 tomorrow, knowing that there's a problem. But I think overall with AQ in general, we're gonna see some issues. That we will find out in a day. You're slacking in MCOC. We'll try to catch up though. Need to chill with offer urgency. Ooh, damn! I thought I had finished him off. Ooh, that's what I get for paying attention. I blame you, Adam. I blame you. There we go. There you go. Oh, like you've been slacking with the unit grind. Saving the units, getting the units. Yeah. You know, I keep going back and forth whether or not I want to open this million battle chips before Cyber Weekend, because that I think it will get me over the 40,000. That's okay. That's okay if we're a couple hundred short of what the goal is. I mean, there's no guarantee that I'm going to spend the 15,000 units. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do at least 5. I'm going to do the first two offers for the unit offers. But I don't know about the third one. The third one, yeah, I really don't know what it will take to use that, to spend that 10,000, because last year, with it being the early 6-star feature, I think it's going to be the same thing this year. I don't know. Yeah, a chance at one character. I don't know if that's worth 10,000 units. I think it was there more in there than that? Huh. Let me actually take a look, because I think I had the offers for last year. I took screenshots of them. Yeah, no, it had to have been more than just that, but I think that was the main appeal. Ooh, I guess they could do it. They could do it as a Nexus or as more. Yep, unit grinding and then arena grinding need some inspiration. Let's see. Yeah, dude. I think you should wait for Christmas for the gold boost event. For what? Oh, to open the battle chips. Good point. Good point. Yeah, I want to wait. I want to do it when I've got like a lot of battle chips, and by Christmas, I think I'd be at about 5 million by then. 5 million battle chips, but I think I might wait then until the summer gold boost. I'm just looking at the offers for last year. Okay. Okay, so let me bring that up so we can all see them. So we all see what we're talking about here. Okay. So yeah, it was this one here. We looked at this the other day too, but I'm old, so I don't really remember things. I'm looking at this now. It wasn't a choice for last Cyber Weekend. Yeah, I can't see this being the same thing for the 1,000 and 4,000 units. It's got to be quite a bit better. So last year the 4,000 unit was a 6-star Nexus, a 1T5B. I don't like how they mix in the 5-star stuff with the 6-star stuff there. But yeah, last year the 10K was a 6-star rank up gem 1 to 2, 2 T5B, 5 10% T5 CC crystals, and so there was a fair bit more. Yeah, so if I saw that this year for 10,000, I would pass on it again. The T5B would be, I don't know if they would replace the T5B with T6B and T3A, or maybe have more than just one of the featured 6-stars. If it's more than one featured 6-star, I could see considering it, but outside of that, if it's anything close to what it was last year, I'll be passing on the 10K unit. Wow, okay. Yeah, and then I didn't go for the 10K, so I didn't get the 3K final offer last year, so that'd be the same thing this year if I pass up on the 10. I wouldn't be getting the 3K unit offer either. I have to give my account a good, solid, slow year time. I need more gold than units, I think. Yeah, well, I mean, units... I don't know if you can buy gold. No, yeah, you can buy gold with units because you can buy the gold crystals with units, so... I don't like any of these options. I guess this will have to be the best one. So yeah, if the offers are similar, it would have to be a fair bit different this year than last year for me to spend the 10,000 units. So Oy. Hey, I mean, that's good for the gifting event then. I'll have a bunch more units for the gifting event. Oof. Yeah, I did do some of the cash offers last year. Let me have a look again at the cash offers from last year. Because I can't think... I like... A class nexus in the cash offers, no, that wouldn't be appealing. If the resources, the generic resources, aren't enough to get to an R4, which there's no way because I'm so far away from it, that wouldn't be appealing. I don't think the cash offers would have the next featured 6-star. And even if they did, if it was just one, that wouldn't be appealing. 10K deals are always worthless when it comes to Cyber Weekend compared to July 4th. I don't know if the July 4th ones were that good this year. What were they? This year for the July 4th one, though, one of the big appeals was I wanted the Awakening Gem. So I think whatever was in the 10K, I wanted 2, but it was also the incentive to get to 3K. This is happening quite a bit where I'm doing a combo and I go to throw my special, and maybe I'm hitting the special button a little bit too soon, but it seems to stop my combo, like not mid-combo, but before the final hit. I'm totally skipping this Cyber Weekend. Like, all of it? Like, unit offers as well? Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so those... Okay, so here... you're not going to be able to see these too well. Oh, wait, maybe. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm just resizing the screenshots from last year. Because they were pretty small. Yeah, I had to make them small for the spreadsheet. Okay. Okay, so these are the Cyber Weekend cash offers last year. Okay, so I would be skipping on Black Panther's Treasure again if it's anything similar. The 5-star shards, yeah, that would be really no use. Wait, is this? Oh, that was for Cavalier. Oh, yeah, okay. Duh. Here's the Thronebreaker ones. I was looking at that and seeing all the 5-star stuff, and I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so let's see. The Thronebreaker. Yeah, last year had a class nexus for the Odin. Jeez, yeah, no, the cash offers would have no appeal, at least for the Odin. Black Panther's Treasure, just with the 6-star shards, I could see an appeal there. And then all of the generic Sig Stones, 6-star Sig Stones. So if it was something similar there would be the appeal. I don't know if I would go for it. The Odin, if it's similar, no, absolutely not. Okay. Boy, yeah, so if the cash offers are remotely close, it won't be a problem to pass up on those at all. Okay. And then yeah, we just looked at the unit offers. Okay. Well, I don't know though, because like I think last year their financials were a lot stronger throughout the year than they have been this year. So I think they need to really buff those offers. With most of the champs, the timings are messing up going into 5-hit combo and special 1. Oh, I'm totally skipping Cyber Weekend this time. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll probably still do the 1 and the 4K offer. I can't see passing those up. Wow, I cannot remember anything because let me just see what the 1 and the 4K offer were last year. You know, I stopped spending in this game, and unit offers I'm skipping because I have plans for Abyss. Okay. Yeah, that's a much better use of units. Oh yeah, there was a fair bit of yeah, there were the 5-star Sig Stones, 5-star Awakening Gem, 5-star Nexus. Yeah. Oof. I think yeah. I think we're gonna have to see a choice, because if that's all that's there, boy. So when was the last time you spent Parasite? You know, I think it might be, for me, the appeal would be the same as last year, getting 6-star shards, just to have for when the featured resets. I think that might be the appeal there. So if I'm seeing the 6-star shards, that's where I'm going to want to use my. If I'm going to spend, that's where it would be. Or same thing with units. But yeah, well, somewhere in there, they're going to have the T6B and the T3A. Because yeah, we've already had those as part of offers previously, and it would have to be a significant chunk. I should end up over the Cyber Weekend time frame. Oh, you know what? No, that wouldn't be as good, because I'm Sci-Fi. How you doing? I'm thinking if I don't spend on the 10K unit offer, that I will finish uncollected and Cav difficulty and get the offer from both of those at the end, which would be just under 3,000 units each, so 6,000. Obviously, that won't have as many 6-star shards as the cash offers would, but I would be able to pick up some 6-star shards that way. And then the resources, the health pots and revives, I could put to use for finishing off 7-3 and into variant 8, although I still have no desire to get through variant 8 anytime soon, so yeah, we'll see next week at this time. We'll know. 2019 was my last stop spending after the game started bugging. Okay. Yeah, I was a bit pissed off July 4th. Not at the game, but more at myself. One, I had spent what I wanted to. I think I went an Odin. No, I went black, a treasure, and a briefcase, I think. And I was going to be done. And then I think the Sunday night, I decided to go with an Odin as well. And it was the next day. It was like the Monday or the Tuesday after the new update came out, and the current issues that we have is when those cropped up. And I was like, you know, if I had any clue that the game was going to be like that, I would not have spent that extra money. If I had any clue, I wouldn't have spent anything. But yeah, so I was more angry at myself for the extra spending than the because there was no need to get the Odin. It was just, oh, it's there, why not? I'll have about 6,000 units for Cyber Weekend. Would have made it to 18K, but had Cav fever a couple of times over last 6 months. Cav fever, as in the offer for completion of Cav. Oh, I would assume. Because didn't we see the Gauntlet last year just before July 4th? Let's see. I think it dropped just before July 4th. Let me see here. Yeah, end of June. Okay. So we could see... Well, no. Huh. That would have to be next week sometime that we would see that, wouldn't it? So that would be like maybe Monday? Let me see. Yeah, because the offers are going to be available on the 26th. So we'd have to see that available. We'd have to see the gauntlet drop on like Monday, really. Well, unless they were smart about it. Unless they were smart, had the gauntlet available on the Friday so that if you wanted units for that, it would incentivize you even more so to go with the cash offers. Yeah. That'd be a possibility. But anybody who had done the gauntlet the first time wouldn't be able to get the rewards again. I think you'll be able to run it again. You just wouldn't be able to get the rewards. But if you could get the rewards again, I would definitely be running that again. Yeah, Cav offer once, unit deals, and blue units in Cav crystals. So Gauntlet comes back. It's had a break last time it was on. Cav deals for July 4th might be literally treated them as uncollected. Yeah. Yeah, and last year I really thought, I thought the reason Thronebreaker was introduced when it was, I thought they were trying to take advantage of Cyber Weekend. Which it didn't. When I saw the offers, the cab offers, the cab offers, it didn't really feel like that's what they were doing, or maybe they thought they were, and they just really missed the mark. But I don't think that they're providing cav offers for people to become Thronebreaker. I think what they're and that's what I was expecting last year. So I think, they're providing cav offers for what would be relevant for a cav player. But to me, a cav player wants to become Thronebreaker. But if the offers are for somebody who's newly cav, then it makes sense, right? Like more resources, not necessarily the resources to get you to Thronebreaker. You doing war? Had our first loss yesterday. Was close. Yeah, I'm doing war. Yesterday was the first war, right? We lost as well. We lost pretty badly too. We faced this alliance during the offseason. They kicked our ass then, and they kicked our ass again yesterday. So at least it was consistent. But yeah, I think they have probably beat us worse than any other loss we've had, off season or otherwise. Oh no, there might have been. No, was there one off-season one? I think there was an off-season one where somebody forgot to place defenders. So we probably lost that. Oh, no, maybe not. Because there was also an off-season one where the opponent, I think they only placed, 20 people placed defenders. But yeah, we lost that war very early on, actually. We were 35 fights in, 6 deaths, I think. They were 14 fights in, 0 deaths. So, yeah, just from the way that started off, it was not going to be a win for us. Oh, and I gave up a death too. And it pissed me off. Not the game, but just me. So it was a Arcus on Hazard Shift. I had taken Penny to do the Hazard Shift domino on Boss Island. But neither of the people in my section had brought something for Arcus in particular. They had Incinerate Immune, but I don't think they had Poison Immune. And then the issue with him is the Cold Snap, which, my lord. But anyway, so I went in with Penny. I used an invulnerability boost because I was going to just push him to the L3, and I figured if I could get him to 2 L3s, survive those, so long as I hadn't taken any hits prior in the fight, and be good. he used 1L3, and at the time, the cold snap just took me right down, and I was like, what the hell? And I died with him at 5%. I'm like, come on. That really annoyed me. I would have preferred if he had been at like 35% or something. Not so close. And it's annoying, but I think what I'm going to do next time, because we're usually finishing war just as I'm waking up. So I think what I would do next time is I would make sure I've got counters for the lower portion of the map. Because there's like one or two people who don't join until Boss Island. So they're bringing counters for everything there, or anything there, pretty much. So I don't think I would look for counters there. If I could get a counter that's good for the first two sections, and for Boss Island, then sure. And it's annoying too, because I was considering taking Mephisto for that Arcus, which Mephisto would have avoided all of the dot damage from Arcus. And if I had done the same thing with an invulnerability boost, yeah, I would have been absolutely fine. Because Cold Snap would have not have been an issue whatsoever. That's absolutely what killed me there. We're Plat 3. Yeah, we're the same. We were 73rd in Plat 3 before this war, so let me just see where we are now. I would assume probably still within the top 200. But as the more results are in, that will update throughout the day. I'm death free for last 4 wars using R3 Kingpin with Hood, taking Hazard Shift, Boss Island, mini bosses. It's nice. Okay. No, I don't necessarily die every war, but I'll definitely die during a season. Absolutely. And the last war of the off season. Yeah, I think it was the last war of the off season. The very first fight, I died. Oh, that one was bad. And it was like no reason. Like there was no reason that I needed to die. I went in to start off with a light intercept rather than just doing a parry. And so I started off throwing lights, and I got parried, combo thrown into my face, and then yeah, it was over for me. Whereas if I'd started off with a parry, it would have been fine. Yeah, so we were 73rd, we're at 81st, but that will change as the results update throughout the day. Mr. Relentless, how you doing? You ready to go for your vacation or your volunteer vacation? I shouldn't have done this one. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it'll be fine, but the bleed from Yondu is not going to do much once he goes immune to it. So I guess if you're so close when you're going over to Mexico Relentless, you wouldn't need to pack much, right? Especially, well, yeah, because you're only going for the day, right? You're not even sleeping, so you don't really need to pack anything. Doing good. You get so excited for Saturday and going to a concert tonight. Okay. Action-packed weekend. All right. All right. So how often would you go for the volunteering? Ugh, if I'm too far back, I can't avoid the third hit. If I'm up close, it's fine, but suppose what I could do too is just dex the first 2 balls and then block the third one. That would be another option. Or just make sure I'm closer when he starts throwing it. Well, that would work too. We're good. 14 volunteers in a bus. We've still got room. Okay. Yeah, do this. Sci-Fi, have you guys been in Plat 3 for a while, or is it just the last couple seasons? I think we finished Plat 3 last season, obviously. But I don't remember if we were Plat 3 the season prior. I go by myself about 1 to 2 times a month before COVID, but after have only been one there 2 times. Last year will be 2 times. Okay. Okay. I think I've only driven into the U.S. once. No, twice. Once as a kid and once as an adult. Just 4 million in basic, trying to grind for the champ. It's so bored to grind after the boss stuff. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm only 4 million in the basic too, but I only run my 5 stars. I try to only run them twice. If I ran all 5 stars, I could do 5 million, but I'm only trying to get to the top 10%, so 8 million is sufficient there. So just doing it two runs is good. Oh. So yeah, I was running the 6 stars before the stream, and I think I was paying attention, but I lost like 3 6 stars. Not in the same match, obviously, but yeah, different matches, and none of them were none of them were fights that I should have lost, and I was like, what is going on? A couple of them, one I couldn't block. One I threw a special and they blocked it, and then I paid for it. And then I don't remember what the third one was, but yeah, I mean I do lose 6 stars here and there for sure. But usually it's just a difficult opponent like Doom or something like that. But yeah, that was weird this morning. I just rejoined an alliance I played with a year ago. They have been Plat 3 for a while. My first real war season in ages. Okay. Yeah, so I went about a year not doing war. Or no, yeah, close to a year not doing it, but because there was one alliance I was in for 8 months where they only ran 2 BGs of war, and if you didn't want to do war, you don't need to. And then the next alliance I went to, 2 BGs for war, but the way they did it, it just made it simpler for me to just do war rather than like subbing out each time. With Mexico, you can cross easily going there, but coming back to the US is a little bit harder. Yeah. I think Canada is the opposite. Going would be the time-consuming portion, like for being checked. Coming back, once you've got your passport, you're good. But again, I've only driven across once. And flying in is... Actually, flying in, they do the customs and immigration before you board the plane. So when you land in the US, you don't actually go through it. I guess it depends which airport you fly out of in Canada, though. Okay. So we got one more match after this, and then into the basic we go. We go. Oh, I wasn't too sure I was going to catch him there, but we did. And this will be the last match for the 6 stars. Ooh, okay. For Americans going to Canada, they make it hard if you had any type of felony DUI. You know, yeah, you can never cross. Yeah, I've heard that. And the first person to tell me that, I was like, no, that can't be. And then I looked it up. I was like, oh, damn, okay. Sunspotted, how you doing? What you got going now? Although I think it's the same thing going into the U.S. if you have a record from Canada for anything. Like I know, like drug possession, like or not even drug, but like marijuana. Well, I guess it would be drug. Well, actually, I don't know how that works now in Canada because, like it's legal here, so having marijuana is there'd be no need for a criminal record or anything. But if you had a record because of it, I don't know if that's been removed or anything like that. Guess what? What? I got Diablo 5-star and used class gem on him. Super happy? Nice. Okay. Yeah, he's he's definitely not somebody a few months ago you'd think people would be happy about getting, but now, oh yeah. Especially if you run suicides. Regardless, as long as you can poison the opponent, great champion. But if you're running suicides and you got that poison on you, yeah. I use him for acid wash for map 7 of AQ. And sometimes I'll have him and I-bomb. But more often than not, I've only got him for a poison dealer. And he'll get to the last fight on that path and he'll still be at full health. So he would have done the entire first section, the entire third section, and yeah, he'll still finish at full health. I kind of run suicide, so that's great. Okay. And it's nice too with him because of the healing, when you got the poison on you, you can use your specials, take the recoil, but you're going to heal, if the fight is long enough, you're going to heal that up, you know, and end the fight as though you never threw a special or never took recoil. No one might have said this or even thought about him before the buff. Yeah. Forger, how you doing? Yeah, I know absolutely when I pulled him the first time, well, it was a new champion, so there was that was a saving grace. But outside of that, it was not a happy day. And then I got him from a Nexus just before the buff went live. And because I don't normally pay attention to that kind of stuff, so I had no idea what the Sig Stone was, or the Sig Stone, what the Sig the Awaken ability was. And then when I looked it up while I had the Nexus open, and I realized like it was going to be good for running suicide, so I was like, okay, I guess I'm going with him for the dupe. I am Breaker of Thrones now. Oh, congratulations! Wait. You haven't been Thronebreaker all this time? All this time that we've been doing incursions, you're not Thronebreaker? Oh, I guess, yeah. If you hadn't done the Grandmaster. No. No, Breaker of Thrones is for exploring Act 6, right? But yeah, congratulations. How did the exploration rewards go? Did you get anything good? Oh, I should have got hit by that last one to get the shock on me. Oh well. I love my R3 Diablo praying for dupe. Tried 3 featured so far. You're going for Diablo mainly? Although, I mean, if Diablo is one that you wanted as featured, the others that you could get in there are pretty good too, right? Like Hercules, Penny, Starkey. Okay. I think she'll be the quickest. I'm looking forward to seeing the 7.4 rewards, both for 7.4, and then to see what the overall Act 7 rewards will be. And depending on what the exploration rewards are, I might be going a little bit quicker than normal to get it done. So I made out pretty well with the Act 6 rewards. And then the Abyss completion rewards. I think for any major content exploration, those are the 2 I've done the best with. Yeah, Breaker of Thrones is exploration of Act 6, yeah. I got Starkey, Gillian Cyclops dupe so far. Okay. Were you happy about Starkey or kind of meh? I got to go to school now. Bye, guys. As always, stay safe. Wear your mask and spot it out. All right, dude. Have a good one. Thanks for coming and saying hi, and congratulations on the pull. Ooh, yeah, we'll do that. There'll be consequences to bleeding Cable. No real consequences to bleeding Apocalypse. We'll just miss out on the bleed damage eventually. I think I might get back to trying to stream at this kind of time regularly, at like an hour after the arenas of, well, they reset yesterday, but like an hour after they normally reset, and it's a little bit later into the afternoon, possibly. So I think maybe either this time or like if I'm up really early. Although I was up really early today, I was up at 6:30. Looked at the time, like, nah. I went back to sleep. Zoom in. Read second to last, the Breaker of Thrones. Okay. So once I get to about 1 million in the basic, I find getting to 4 doesn't seem like it's too bad, and then after that it's getting to 6 million. Once I get to 6 million, it's like, okay, the end is in sight. But getting that first million seems like it takes forever, and then getting from 4 to 5, well, 4 to 6, I guess, it seems like, oh, this is never going to end. Oh yeah, so I think I got the science combat done. We could still do a little bit for event quest completion to get that done. I do have the 4th milestone, which is usually what I'm aiming for. So I'm not too worried about getting to the final milestone there, but although for that I would probably just auto fight through the class EQ for the daily EQ to get the most points out of any of the daily EQs from that one. Oh, I should have done an armor break. And this was well, no, this is fine. So I've got the rock stack, so his L3 isn't going to do much. Actually, it might not even matter. Okay. For rewards, I got Diablo Dupe from Nexus, Tech Awakening Gem, and Mutant T5CC. Okay. Okay. Do you have somebody you want to use the Tech Gem on? And that was the first time awakening on Diablo? Oh. Okay. Who are the other choices other than Diablo? I have 2 mutant, which I don't have anyone to rank up. Isn't that how it goes, eh? Well, but the thing is with the mutant class, it's almost any mutant you get is going to be worth taking to R3, so yeah. There are a lot of good options there. I could use it on Ultron or Guardian. Both benefit a fair bit. Guardian for his utility. Well, I mean, for Ultron, it's just the energy resistance, right? So, but with the energy resistance for all, well, I guess for both of them, really. But with the energy resistance for Ultron, that just makes him more applicable in areas. Yeah, Guardian needs high sig for it to be useful for him. Yeah. I don't know who I would put it into Ghost. But outside of that, actually, you know what? As it is right now, I don't know if I would go with Ghost, actually. Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, what I want to do here? Yeah. Oh, no. Let's do this. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. You know, I was thinking of Guardian for Hazard Shift. Because it's a cold snap that's the issue with him. The only problem is Guardian wouldn't do anything for the poison and the incinerate, but okay, is that going to do him in? Ooh, close. What? How the hell? Oh, that was a total parry. I have Ultron at R3, Guardian at R1. Oh, you have Ultron at an R3 6-star. Well, Guardian is pretty high prestige, though, too. I mean, that's only going to really matter if you would take him to R3. Yeah, the thing is, though, I don't know, damage-wise, Guardian is fine without, But where you really want to use him, you want him awakened, but you want him high sig. Let me see. I'm pretty sure that he is. He was top tech prestige for a while. I don't think he is anymore, but let's see. No, I know he's not anymore, but let's see where he is overall. Oh, he's not going to be... Let's see... Oh, 4. Guardian is so fun if we can take him to the first SP3. So he's 4th tech. Let's see, at rank 4. He's still... So he probably wouldn't have too big of an impact overall. Prestige. I think he's going to be better than Ultron, though. He was first for a very long time, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's still going to be better than Ultron. But overall, yeah, he's not going to really have a impact on... Well, you have Thor, right? Yeah, I mean, for prestige, okay, you would go Guardian, and only recently have I been like I used Ultron for this current week of the side quest, and that's given me appreciation for Ultron. Prior to doing that, I don't think I would have really had much to say about Ultron. But now after that, I'm probably gonna use Ultron or try to use him more. And like I was thinking for Ultron, I could use him for Hazard Shift if he was awakened. Yeah, I would probably go with Ultron. Yeah, I think that's what I would do. Silver Centurion took the spot. Penny Nimrod, yeah. And when Nimrod was first, well, actually, it was on Aunt May, where when Nimrod was first introduced, it was looking like he was going to be the highest prestige overall. But yeah, that was a mistake on Aunt May's part. And it's kind of funny because initially, when Kabam had their champion spotlight and they had the prestige listed, and then it was on Aunt May, people thought Kabam got it wrong. I thought that was pretty funny. The community distrusts Kabam so much with their information that they figured a third-party site was more accurate than the producers of the information. Ultron is a little beast. Yeah, I haven't. Oh, I should start trying him for the tech quest for Cav difficulty. Although usually that has to do with either power draining, which you can do on his L3, or inflicting a shock. So. Yeah, if I had a ton of Sig Stones, I think I would go. Even Ultron at a higher Sig is going to be much more effective because he's going to absorb more of the energy damage. But Guardian, yeah, to really utilize him, he needs that high Sig. Although I don't know though, because the damage isn't going to change for Guardian. The damage isn't going to change for Ultron either. So, do you feel like you need to use it on one of them, or do you think you're okay just holding on to it until you got somebody that you really wanted awakened? Mesh, how you doing? Yeah, Kabam's track record speaks volumes. Yeah. No, when that thing came about with Nimrod and the Prestige, I thought it was really funny when They had their champion spotlight out. The Prestige was listed, and then Aunt Mai had him there, and people were questioning it to the point where Kabam had to be like, "Oh yeah, we've double checked. It is correct." I thought that was really funny. Most likely, I'll get SIGs from Cyber. No, that's a good point. So SIGs won't be a problem. I'm good waiting to. And you're planning to. So I don't know if you were here at the beginning of the stream, but we looked at what the offers were from last year, and the Black Panther's Treasure had 35 generic six-star six stones. So I would think if anything, this year it would be more. I don't see them removing the 6 stones from that. So I would assume at least at the Black Panther's Treasure, there'd be 6 stones. So if you're spending money, that's not going to be bad to pick up some 6 stones at all, or hard to pick up 6 stones. Not good. My back is killing me. Uh-oh. Well, if you can run away from it, it should be okay. Nah, man. Having a bad back it sucks. I think twice I've done something. Once it was my upper back, and once it was my lower back. And neither time was it something I ever wanted to go through again. The upper back one was really weird. I was picking up a bucket, and it had water, but it wasn't like a big bucket or full, so it wasn't very heavy. And I think it might just be the way I twisted when I bent down for it, but I did something, and yeah, I had like a week where my upper back was just any slight movement was terrible. And then the lower back, I think I was just overdoing it on. I was going to the gym a lot and stuff, and I think I was working out a muscle that, or moving a muscle in a way you don't normally, and I think that's what happened there. And I was probably overdoing it. So, although for me, anytime anything hurts, I'm like, oh, this is the worst pain ever. But yeah, I think the back is not something you want to mess with. It's your lower back. Can't stand right. It's very unpleasant and a bit painful. Yeah. When I hurt my lower back, I couldn't sit properly. Like if I tried to sit straight and stuff, it would hurt. The upper back, I could lie down and I could sit straight, but if I turned, the upper back was a problem. I ran first 3 wars without damage masteries and was fun. But Arena was killing me. Asked offers if I can run damage masteries during season as my defense is not on major spots. Luckily he said yes. Okay. I don't think, outside of like alliances that are striving for the top like Plat 1 masters, I don't know if they would be too strict as far as running suicides or not. Like, in my case, okay, so overall I don't want to do war anyways, but if I were in an alliance where war is something I had to do, like where I am currently, and I couldn't have suicides on, I would just leave the alliance. Because I'm not going to go back and forth between having them off, replacing, putting them on afterward. I wouldn't be in that alliance. Which I'd be okay with, because I mean, war is not something I'm too keen on anyways. Back issues suck. I'm 45 and do cardio and yoga to stop shit. Breaking surfing is my sport. Okay. Yeah, I think the lower back, when I hurt my lower back, I think that was just, it was me overdoing it. So that was kind of dumb on my part. But the one with the bucket, like, yeah, it was just an accident. And I guess, too, the older you get, the more impactful any injury seems to be, right? Like, just recovering from it, the pain from it, it's all just worse. When you're young and healthy and you recover quickly, it's okay. But as you get older, a sprained toe, and it's like, oh, God. I barely made it through my project review. The professor is a dick, so hopefully it's all good. Now I'm laying down on my bed. Yeah. I'm 20, that's not a good sign. Well, but here's the thing. Being 20 and hurting yourself, you're going to recover from it a lot better than if you were 40. Or a lot quicker. But actually, you know what? It's probably not. Well, yeah, no, it is absolutely age, but it's also just the general physical fitness that you're in. So, and I mean, for the most part, somebody in their 20s is going to be more physically fit than somebody in their 40s or 50s, right? So, there are cases, though, where people will be healthier later in life than they were when they were younger. But yeah, I know now if I were to hurt myself, it would be a long, painful recovery. Like, for example, when I was younger, like my late teens, early 20s, I fell a few times, like from ice. I fell, got up, kept going. I might have a bruise on my ass or something. If that happened now, I'll be in the hospital. I think I'll wait since if I get SIGs, I want to put them in Diablo and Doom after the Awakening. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And if the... Well, I could see Ultron Awakening putting SIGs into him just because he's already at R3. But... Yeah, and the thing is with Ultron, too, it's not like every situation you would need that energy absorption, right? Yeah, I guess we'll just do that. Yeah, and I mean, it's only a week that you need to wait, right? So, do you think if you get any shards and have enough to open crystals, will you open them right away, or are you going to wait for any time to open crystals? Because I mean, if you're opening features next week, you could end up with some. Well, yeah, I guess that would be the thing too, right? If you open features next week, and if you were to get Duke Diablo again, I mean, you might not want to do that. You'd probably want somebody new like Hercules or Penny or whatever. But that could mean less reason to need to use SIGs on Diablo. Oh, we're at the R4, so let's put on an attack boost. And future Hercules or Namor? Yeah. Pulled Professor X yesterday and R3 to Julie 2099. Okay. Very good. I think I like how the boosts are set now, especially for Arena, because it used to be the page prior to this. You had to apply your boosts. If you didn't, you couldn't. And you'd get to this one and realize you didn't have them. But now, so if I got here and I hadn't applied the boosts, I could still do it now. So yeah, I quite like that. I think as far as Sig Stones go, yeah, there's nobody actually. Oh, Omega Red. I was about to say there's nobody I have that I want to put Sig Stones into, but no, Omega Red. I think I've got him at 130 currently. I still want to get him to 200. Oh, yeah, and I guess I'll be finishing 7-3 over the Cider weekend. And that's 30 generics there. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. But if the offers are looking anything like they were last year, hopefully I'm not spending. And if I do, I think it would be Black Panther's treasure. I don't think the Odin would have the appeal. Professor Unawakened, leaning on R3, him over Unawakened Havoc. Okay. So for Professor X's Awakening, it's just the he gains charges passively, which can be nice because then you don't necessarily need to rely on throwing your specials or your heavy to get his charges up. But he'll get up to, I think it's 75, and then once it's at 75, then he stops accumulating them. And for Havoc, I don't know what his Awakened ability is, but I don't know if I would use Professor X more, but I think I would have him on the team more, so the potential for using him would be there. Oh dear. But yeah, I think I would take Professor X. Well, I don't think I would do either of them to R3. But if I had to, I think Professor X over Havoc. Although Professor X might be a little bit trickier to play than Havoc. I have Havoc as a 5-star. I've never really used him. And I've never used Professor X for anything in particular. And just because he does require a bit of ramp up, so I would have used him in like when farming ROL, but yeah, because of him needing to ramp up a little bit, yeah, I don't utilize him there. I will have him on the team sometimes though, if I'm running through ROL, picking up those health bots. Not have to. I enjoy both. Yeah, I don't know which of the two would be more useful for. I don't think it's that critical for Professor X. I have 0 content to do anyway. So in that case, I think Professor X will be more applicable for what's to come. Just because he is a newer champion, the synergies, some of the things he'll do, like for evade, immune to mind control, that kind of stuff. So, whereas Havoc, I mean, it's just going to come down to energy resistance, right? If you need energy resistance, then Havoc would be useful. If that's not a thing, I mean, his L2 could do a crazy damage. But there's tons of champions for damage. I almost went ahead and bought the Unstoppable Colossus, but I'm going to hold off until I need a 6-star to even out the teams. Yeah, let's do that. Let me see what the SIG is for. For Havoc. Where is he? There we go. Each time Havoc gains a plasma charge from any source other than this ability, he has a 25 to 55 chance to gain another one. Okay, so that would increase his damage. So yeah, it's not too critical for either of them, really, then, eh? Okay. Let me see what it has for... And I think Professor X is just the charges. While below 75 channeling charges, gain 1 charge per second while defending. This rate is doubled and charges are gained for the entire fight. Okay. Okay, so there's 2 things for him, and then the other is gain up to 10 to 50% prowess potency, scaling with the opponent's power meter. Okay. So that would increase Professor X's damage too. So I guess in that sense, it's probably better on Professor X because it will do 2 things for him. One is channeling charges will increase passively, and 2, the increased prowess, so more damage. And I think Professor X is higher on prestige. Let's see. Yeah, so Professor X is 5th overall mutant at R3. Let's see where he is at R4. Still 5th at R4. Okay. And Havoc is, yeah, way down at 13th. So both don't need it. Yeah, let me bring it up so you can see what it says for both of them. Okay. So here it is for Havoc. Each time Havoc gains a plasma charge from any source other than this ability, he has 25 to 55% chance to gain another one. So in his case, he's just going to place those plasmas so the opponent would take more damage or damage quicker over time. And then for Professor X, while below 75 channeling charges, gain 1 charge per second. While defending, this rate is doubled and charges are gained for the entire fight. So that's going to just allow for the use of his abilities quicker. And then the other portion of his is gain up to 10 to 50% prowess potency, scaling with the opponent's power meter, which when you throw a special, it's going to do more damage. So for Professor X, it does 2 things. For Havoc, it just does the 1. So for Professor X, it allows you to get to his abilities quicker and to do more damage. So I think it would be more beneficial for Professor X. Whereas for Havoc, actually, yeah, not as critical for Havoc, because he'll get the charges quicker, but if you're facing somebody with an armor up, it's kind of irrelevant, because those charges aren't going to do as much damage when they detonate. So, but yeah, it's not a necessity for either. And I think Havoc, like, outside of the energy resistance, I don't really know where he would really shine. I guess somewhere if you're taking energy damage, and for whatever reason you don't want to hit the opponent, so like if you had a shock or an incinerate on you, but for whatever reason you don't want to be hitting the opponent, he would be good, because he'll do damage to them regardless with you contacting the opponent. But I think I should start doing that from now on when people are talking about Champions to Awaken and stuff, because there's so many I don't know, like what their Awaken ability is. Now, not that I'm going to remember, what I just read for either of those, but if it comes up again, I think I could be able to say, it's not critical for either to be awakened. And then obviously if we need to look at specifics, I'll just bring that back up. Oh, crap. Oh, okay. I thought I was too far back. But it was all right. All right, all right. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't realize it's on my. You could change where you see what a champion's prestige is or what their hero rating is. Yeah, I didn't realize that was. Huh. Okay, that's useful. You Solar gotta go. Have a good day. All right, Mesh. Thanks for coming, hanging out. I thought that might trigger his aura. I wonder if it's only physical hits into the block. Okay. Ooh. Well, that looks kind of weird. I meant to get my L1 off on the before the second hit there, but well, that didn't happen. And we should still have some time for that. Okay. I'm about halfway through on that attack boost. Excellent. Okay. Can you check the in-game message? Is it the one regarding AQ? No, AQ postpone. Okay. I thought it was just going to be bugged, but that's the better way to do it. To postpone it. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, I think I had unlucky, right? So that makes sense why that would have not been able to dex. Yeah, let's see. But yeah, that's not. I mean, I think to be honest, that's more expected than not. Well, actually, to be fair, I wouldn't expect that they would be proactive and postpone it. There are no alarms, so the setup starts in 12 minutes. Today is the 19th. So are you talking about this? Or did they actually announce that it's been postponed? Or maybe I need to relog. Let's see. Let's see. Don't see. Okay, so there is. It's better they postpone instead of giving a but. Yeah, I agree, 100%. 100%. Okay. So I don't know why. Okay, well, let's go to the thread on the form. Okay, so setup phase starts in 8 days. Were we supposed to get a week of AQ? A week off of AQ, same even after restarting, just didn't blah blah blah. The team is looking into this. We're sorry about the inconvenience. How is the team looking into it? Who is it that puts that info out? Oh boy. A glitch in the matrix. Just cancel the week. 8 days, no AQ. Sounds awesome. Yeah, but then that means that people are missing out on the glory they would normally get, right? So yeah, they haven't said anything specific about it, and I'm assuming that there wouldn't be an announcement, because if they've got to investigate, then I'm assuming they haven't announced anything. Yeah, no, because nothing's been updated for the announcement since November 16th, so. Okay, well, not surprising. Restart the game again? I just did. Or are you talking about the 8-day thing? But anyways. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because they had come out with a notice earlier that there were going to be problems with Map 8 that would be resolved later. So, they're probably going to try to resolve the issues before having go live, which I think that's a smart thing to do. We'll do that, yeah. Ooh, I guess, well, not that AQ... Well, I was looking for... Ooh, crap. I was looking forward to just seeing Map 8 and getting in and trying it out, but yeah, I much prefer that it's not available until it's... Well, and the thing is, too, because they were changing all of AQ, right? You're reading the message so late. But yeah, there's the latency between when you post the message and when you type the message and when it hits chat. Okay. Williams and Glory, they just give 3K. Did they already send out compensation for it? Yeah, what do I think I get 36 and 14? Is it 36 and... Yeah, so I'd be missing out on 2,000 glory overall. Oh well. And then people want mastery presets. No, thank you. Coffee time 8 a.m. here in Australia. All right. Just regular coffee, or do you have any kind of specialty coffee? Robin, thank you for the sub. How's your day coming along? Let's do that. And yeah. Let's stick with that there too. Excellent. Okay. Diablo will be so useful in map 8 in terms of sustainability. Yeah. Yeah, so long as you... I mean, I don't know... I know they did release the node info. I didn't look at it. I don't know if there's an acid wash lane on any of the iterations, but if there is, it'll be the go-to for that. Just so long as you can poison somebody, he's gonna be really good. I'm pretty sure, as far as Mystics go, Claire will be my first R4, but I could potentially see doing Diablo. Diablo maybe not as my first R4, but I could potentially see doing Diablo to R4. Yeah, it would just be a matter of when. Barista style on home coffee machine? Well, look at you. Mastery presets will permanently bring down the game? Yeah. I think it would be a really cool thing to have, but it's just that they don't introduce something new that's not problematic, and I just really see as that... Yeah, like every area that you play in. I mean, it's the same thing with the Dex and Parry, right? But at least that's just two things. And it's intermittent. It's not all the time. But the mastery presets, I think that would be across the board, everything. So... Bam always pairs Caustic Tempter with Acid Wash. I don't know if that's... I'm trying to think, because on for the lanes in map 8... No, for the ones in map 8, it's different per node. It's Acid Wash, and each individual champion or opponent has a different thing. Like in Section 3, the Captain America is Limber, Punisher is Unblockable L2. So yeah, no, it's not always paired with Caustic Temper, but maybe like for like Axe content or something. Because yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 2 nodes. I don't remember what it is for Section 1. There's probably specific. There's Acid Wash and probably another specific node, but I don't remember what the other one is outside of the modifiers. Wait, is 8 days... Oh, okay, that would... Yeah, I get it. Because it wouldn't actually start until tomorrow. Today was just going to be the planning phase. I don't get... I think it's unfortunate for the people on the forums, when things like this come up, because in order to have that timer changed, I'm pretty sure that was manual, no mods in map 8 initially, but in map 8 we were supposed to be playing it tomorrow, but that might not be the case. So it could be that when it does go live, it might have mods active, but yeah, initially that wasn't going to be the case. But who knows? Who knows? And yeah, it's going to be a while before they have any useful info on the forums, probably. Yeah, so like I'm saying the thing about the mastery precepts that I don't want to see them just because of the problems it'll cause. I'd be okay with the 1 versus 1 area or addition, because when that's problematic, it's only going to impact that, right? It's not going to impact AQ, story, war, blah, blah, blah. Whereas the mastery stuff will impact everything. I think there was a Mysterio Acid Wash with Caustic Temper in map 7. You know what? Yeah, could be, because I only do one iteration of Acid Wash. So yeah, that is... yeah, there was, and that's why you needed King Groot, because you needed the armor break and you needed to be able to poison. But I think that may have been removed. Okay. Yeah, I think there was a couple things as champion, so not the Mysterio cake. Oh, I think the Mysterio thing might have been, because I know that there have been a couple times where when champions got updated, they were like almost impossible for the nodes that they were on. I think there was an issue with Bishop, and they ended up replacing him. I know there was something with Mysterio too, but I don't remember the specifics of it. They might have been nerfed, yeah. Okay, so after this match, I probably don't need to apply another attack boost. Actually, I don't think we've got another half hour. Yeah, 1.7 probably. No. 1.7 million. Probably about 20 minutes. So yeah, we will go with another attack boost. Let me just see if there's anything in the line chat for the Alliance in regards to AQ. So maybe I should just stop doing the L1 as part of a combo. Okay. Yeah. I've been lacking recently in Arena. Didn't even complete all milestones and some of the trials a bit. Oh, dude, terrible. I think I was at the same point last year though, that for some reason at this time of year, I'm just really losing motivation for Arena. Which I gotta say, streaming really helps. Yeah, because if I'm not streaming it, which that is kind of always the case. If I'm not streaming it, I'm not very consistent with it. Like I'll do a little bit here, then a little bit there. But to sit and get through, all the 5 stars, if I'm not streaming it, it just doesn't happen. So yeah, outside of that, I would still get it done, but it would be much slower and much more painful. Okay, so let's reapply the attack boost. But I have a reason I was completing Act 6. Yeah. Yeah, and if I were to sit and just try to get through anything in particular, yeah, I would have to put Arena on the back burner. Or well, and that's why usually like if there's anything big, like 7-3 or whatever, or the Gauntlet or whatever, I'll usually try to do it on a Sunday when there's no arenas happening and can just sit and just get through it. Saturday or Sunday usually I find the best. Sometimes I'll do well on Wednesdays. It would usually be like EQ, but on Wednesdays, yeah, because I put well Sunday. I mean the arenas aren't running in the afternoon anyways. So. I think December, January, less arena, summer down here. Yeah. Yeah, may as well get outside, right? Where in Australia are you? I know you said, I think you said previously. And you wouldn't really get any snow in the winters, would you? It'd just be, it would be colder than the summers? Losing motivation in arena just because of summoner trials. I even stopped doing above 1 million on that. Yeah. Yeah, so for me, I find if I don't do at least a million and a half day one in summoner trials, I just find it so much harder to get into it. Yeah. And that's why, like the last little while, I've been getting the streak going on stream for it, just to be started. But I'm kind of feeling the same way I did last year at this time, where I was saying, you know, maybe after gifting or something, I would take a break off of doing arena. I'm feeling the same way now. Actually, I probably should if I want to be doing those grinds, those basic grinds. Tasmania, the island at the bottom. Okay. Yeah. And Hobart's the capital of Tasmania, right? Well, not the capital, but like the main city. Wait, is that where you live? Or because I thought you had said you were just there for work. Which I guess, yeah, okay, that's where you live. But like you're not there year round though, are you? 2 weeks off. Okay, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. So you work on the main island, but you're from Tasmania. Ah. So when you go back and forth, do you go by ferry or do you fly? Yeah, I think if I were to go to Australia, Tasmania would be the main destination. Summoner's trial. Try to get 1.5 first day. Chasing units. Yep. Yeah, and I've only done 1.5 in that so far, so. Although, yeah, after this, after finishing off the basic, I've just got 3 million to do in the featured. So whatever other arena today or tomorrow is just going to be Summoner Trials. Whoa! Okay. Four-hour flight and then another 2-hour flight to get to work and vice versa. Oh, but you're only doing that once every 2 weeks, though. But still, yeah, that would be a fair bit. So if you were just going back and forth, like not due to work, would you fly or ferry? Like if you were going from Tasmania to the main island for vacation or something, would you fly it or would you take a ferry? Okay. That was an unexpected crash? They're always unexpected. Well, no, there are sometimes. Ooh, that's something I haven't really noticed on um, the new device. On the old device, I could definitely tell when it was about to crash because it would get sluggish. I don't really find that much on here. Um, yeah, so that one was out of nowhere. Depends where I want to go. Big country. Took the car on ferry a couple of years ago for a holiday, but normally fly. Okay. Um, and Hobart doesn't have an international airport, right? Like you couldn't fly directly into Hobart from the U.S. or something, or from Canada or whatever. It didn't crash on specials like it used to normally. It was in the middle of a combo. Um, yeah, but it used to be more than anything. It was just when screens were changing. Like if I'd be loading up an arena fight or um, entering a fight. Ooh, that happened not this last war, but the last off-season war. I think there were two fights I went into, and as soon as I hit the fight button, it crashed, which pissed me off because I thought I was going to come back and it was going to be a death to the node, but in neither case was it. So I was kind of surprised with that. So I don't know if that's something that they've resolved or fixed, but like I think it would have registered that I'd entered the fight, um, although maybe not. So maybe that's why it didn't come back as a death. It does have an international airport, but only select destinations. Okay, okay. And Hobart's nowhere near the size of like Sydney or Adelaide or whatever, though, right? Or is it a major city for Australia? I could use the Tech AG on OG Vision. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah. No, I think Ultron and Guardian are good options for it. It's just which of those two. And I mean, for Guardian, it's not like you have to have a ton of SIGs to put into him right away. Um, you know what though? It might be better not to consider Guardian, just because the potential of duping him and getting those SIGs that way. Um, yeah, whereas somebody who doesn't require a high SIG using the gem on them is a probably better way to go. Um, unless you were an overflow of SIGs and you had to use a bunch up. But I think outside of that, yeah, because if you have a 5-star guardian, like if you needed that specific ability for a fight here and there, it would be much easier to put a ton of SIGs into the 5-star. So, no, like 500,000 compared to 5 million big cities. Okay, Ultron needs it for sure. I don't think he needs it. Um, it's just for his energy resistance for Ultron. Um, Yeah, and it's not like every fight you need that energy resistance, right? Because not every fight is going to have incinerate or shock damage. Um, but if you wanted to use Ultron for a fight where it did, it's going to be a big benefit. Tell me one champ that really needs the Awakening in tech. Ghost? No, Ghost doesn't need it. Ghost only needs it for speed. She doesn't need it. So overall, because she'll be able to get to her L2 quicker, she'll do more damage. But outside... so for example, in have difficulty, you're probably not going to get to an L2 with Ghost. So in which case it does you no good. If you could still do the story Legends run, then yes, absolutely Ghost would need it. But outside of something where you've got to get through stuff fast, it's not a necessity for her. It's nice for sure, but it's yeah. That's what I was saying earlier, right? For myself, if I were to get a tech gem previously, it absolutely would have gone to Ghost. But without the Legends runs being a thing, I don't know if that would still be the case. For the options I have right now, Guardian, Warlock, Gilly, 2099, and Ghost. Oh, and Penny Parker. I would probably give it to Ghost, but it wouldn't be instantaneously. I would have to really give it some thought. Guardian, I don't like. I have him as a maxed 5-star. And Ultron, like I said, I found him quite useful for the side quests just now, so I'm going to be using him more. I think it would help him if I wanted to use him for Hazard Shift, which outside of War, I don't know how often I would see that. But that would be a good reason to have Ultron awakened. Darkhawk and Mysterio, maybe. Yes. Oh, the only tech character I would say you don't play without being awakened is Star-Lord. But what are you gonna do with Star-Lord? Let's see something here. Who were we talking about? We were talking about Guardian. And Ultron. So let's take a look at both of their awakenings. Okay. So for Guardians, while Guardian has an armor up effect, gain the following effects. Ooh, so that's something else to consider for Guardian. You'd need to have your armor up. It increases the block proficiency, it increases the energy resistance, the bleed resistance, and critical damage resistance. So yeah, that's what gives him all of his utility. But you would also need to have your armor up. But he does start with an armor up. So yeah, you just wouldn't want to. Yeah, because if he was armor broken, you lose all of that. And then for Ultron, attacks that deal energy damage cause Ultron to regenerate 20 to 66% of the damage dealt to him. Each energy-based attack also grants Ultron a burst of power based on the damage. Incoming incinerate and shock effects suffer negative 25 to 80% duration. Okay, so it doesn't decrease the damage, just the time that they're on you. But that would be fine though, because Ultron's going to benefit from it a lot more. He's going to heal because of it, and he's going to gain power because of it. So, I think for me, between Guardian and Ultron, I would be giving it to Ultron, actually. But then I don't know. Do you use Guardian Unawakened? Like, you could use Ultron Unawakened, right? For sure. Yeah, you could use Guardian Unawakened too. But I think a lot less likely to use Guardian Unawakened. But yeah, man, that's really good for Ultron, actually. Huh. So just looking at that, I'm kind of thinking, if I come across another class Nexus, maybe it would be Tech I would go for. For Awakenings. A Ghost Awakening, a Guardian Awakening, Ultron Awakening, Penny Awakening. There's nobody new in tech that I would want. Oh, Nimrod. Guardian doesn't need for attack, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that would be really good for Ultron if you wanted to use him for hazard shift. And then that would make Ultron a good counter, or not necessarily a good counter, a sustainable counter if you had Arcus on hazard shift. Because you wouldn't need to worry about the poisons at all. The incinerates would last less time. They would provide healing. And then the Cold Snap would provide healing as well. Star-Lord is one of my favorite Marvel persons. I took him to R5 for that reason alone. Needs slight buff though. Yeah, it would be really interesting to see what they do as far as buffing him. Gilly's going to be metal, isn't she? Yeah, that's fine though. The way I think that they should buff him is to give him kind of an Aegon ability where he saves his combo from fight to fight. And I don't know if they do that. Does that just... Well, no. Because Aegon increases his abilities as his combo goes up. So where Star-Lord wouldn't necessarily increase his abilities, but just the ability to save the combo from one fight to the next. I think that would be the biggest benefit for him. Although that could be pretty OP though, right? Like if in one fight... Well, no more OP than Aegon, I suppose. Yeah, it'd be no more OP than Aegon. Boy, if they did that, I'd be looking forward to the... Well, no, I wouldn't be looking forward to, but I think that would make the Karina challenge with him so much better. But I think probably because he's used for one of the Karina challenges, I think it'll be a long time before I see a buff on him. Well, unless for the next Guardians movie. Yeah, that would probably be the time we would see it. Okay. So he's one of your favorite characters from Marvel. Was it his fault that Thanos won in Infinity War? Because they had Thanos beat, pretty much, right? Now, I wouldn't argue the motivation for him losing his shit, but if he hadn't... I mean, well, then again, I guess if he hadn't, we wouldn't have had the Endgame movie, so we'd have to thank him for that, I suppose. Can't really make out the name. N8? Saved units. You're nuts. You just buy the deals and you'd be flush with units. Could just make a new synergy partner that did that. Yeah, but I'm just thinking for something that makes them use better for that Karina challenge. And if it was a synergy partner, then no, because you can only take in the one champion. But I think I'm going to hold off on that Karina challenge until something is improved on him. Was he a popular character before the movie, or do you know? Like just from the comics, was he a relatively popular character, or is it more so just from the movies? Because I don't know if Guardians in general were a well-known comic book prior to the movies. I think most of the others, like Iron Man, maybe Thor, maybe not as much, but Iron Man, Thor, especially Hulk, no, Spider-Man wasn't really part of it. Well, Black Widow and Hawkeye might not have been too popular prior to the movies either. But yeah, I think the movies really elevated some of those characters. Not sure, just the movies for you? Okay. Yeah, none of those, like when I was into comics, for Marvel, it would have been X-Men, but it was mainly Image Comics that I was into. I knew of the characters, and I might have had, I don't even know. No, I may have had a few random Avengers or Iron Man comics, but definitely weren't the ones I was reading majority of the time. But yeah, I read all of the X titles: X-Men, X-Force, Excalibur, X-Factor, Wolverine, and then there were a couple. Gambit had a mini series of his own. I don't remember who else had miniseries. Rogue, she may have had one as well. But I think the only X-Men character that I liked was Wolverine. Everybody else was just kind of there. Didn't care for Cyclops at all. Gambit was kind of irrelevant. Or indifferent, I suppose. Yeah, I think Wolverine was really the only X-Men character. But then again, I read X-Men, or X-Force, X-Factor, Excalibur. There's nobody that's really stood out, but I think I like the concept though too of the mutants, and I think that's why I liked the other titles. And it's funny, my interest in comic books all came about because of a video game. There's a X-Men video game on the Sega Genesis, and I liked the game. And in the box for the game, there was I think it was to order a catalog to order comics, and so I got the catalog, and from there I started buying comics. And I think I got into comics when I was probably 12 or 13, and I was buying them up until I was probably, until I went to university, so probably until I was 18. And then since then I haven't bought a comic. I could see getting into it again though. And I don't know what I'd want to do. I don't know if I'd want to catch up on what I've missed out on, which that's 20 some years. Or I would just get into whatever the comics are today. Who are you ranking next? Wags to R2 for you? Okay. He was my last 6-star rank up. White Mags to R2. And when I took him to R2, but I figured White Mags, I don't use him. It's more for his pre-fights, but I figured I could use him, whether it be to finish off a fight or just to try to use him. So that's why I took him to R2. And I was thinking to do Mojo to R2 and Cable to R2. But I'm going to wait. Oh, I was going to wait until map. Well, I still am going to wait until map 8 drops because I want to see if there's any rank ups that would be really useful there. But outside of needing T5B, I'm ranking 5 stars from rank 3 to rank 4. And that's mainly just because I want to do a few basic grinds in the new year. And I think having a few more rank 4, well, not so much having the rank 4s, but having the lower end R3s as rank 4s, I think that's going to queue a fair bit. I could see using him in war. I used him for a path in 7-3. So as far as an R3, it would probably be Mole Man. R2s would probably be Cable or Mojo. You know, after looking at the stuff for Ultron, I could possibly see taking him to rank 3. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit... It won't be until Map 8 has been out for a little bit for me to rank any 6 stars. And when it comes time to ranking 6 stars, I should have a fair bit of T5B. So I should be able to do a couple 6 stars. Mojo was really not for any reason in particular. It was more just to use the resources. Cable was just when pairing him with Apocalypse. But yeah, those are about the only 3 that I'm really thinking. And then maybe Ultron to rank 3. But I would need to be using him a lot more before making that commitment. Lots of times I take Wags on the team for pre-fight and act content. Yeah. Usually I have him on the team. Oh, I actually had him not for the path, just for one fight. But I had him... The main attacker for the path was Claire. And there was a Hell's Kitchen on the path. And just to make it easier, I figured I would use the pre-fight so that if I parried Hell's Kitchen, it would stick. Yeah, and that's why I wanted to take him to rank 2. Just because, like, you know, if I needed him to finish... Oh, and I think I did use him to finish off the boss, actually. For that path. But he's somebody I should be using in general, though, because he's bleed immune. And I think on a mutant team, it could work out pretty decently. Because I could use him as a main attacker, have X-23 and Professor X on the team, and that will reduce the poison damage I would take. Now, I wouldn't have any benefit of him being a horseman, at least from the bleed perspective of things, from healing up because of the bleed resistance. But yeah, I see. Oh, that was terrible. I see using him more probably than Cable. I think my next R3 will be Mole Man for War Attack. Not sure after that. Maybe Silver Surfer for Prestige if I do. Okay. Mole Man for War Attack. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how applicable he would be for my current path, but in the off season I was taking path 9. I could definitely see him being useful there. I think he'd be okay for my current path too. Well, especially considering I'm running Suicide, so he's going to shrug off the bleed and the poison, so makes those irrelevant at the beginning of the fight. So, at the very least, from that he'd be decent. But yeah, R3, there's really nobody that I feel like, oh, they've got to go to R3 right away. Walmart would probably be the closest for that, and then Ultron. So yeah, my big rank up would be dependent on the next featured crystal or from Arena Grinds. I'm pretty confident my first R4 is going to be Apocalypse, so yeah. In which case, well, yeah, so then no mutants would probably go to R3 until I've done at least that. And actually, that I probably want to hold off on R2ing mutants too. I don't know if if R4 takes T4CC. I do path 9 and path 4 mix up. Okay. So you do path 9 in section 1 and path 4 in section 2? I suppose for in Section 2, Path 9, Ghost is probably a really good option usually. Because you're not going to be stunning the... Oh, Ghost will probably Kitty Pryde now, too. Because if you're not going to be parrying the opponent, then that makes that node irrelevant. It's funny that Apocalypse can make any mutant suicide friendly. Yeah. So long as they're not reliant on specials. Like, Professor X, not too great. I've tried it with Omega Red. I mean, it's gonna make any mutant better for sure, but it doesn't really. It has a bigger impact on others more so than Omega Red. So I've been finding if I'm running Omega Red, I'm not using Apocalypse on the team unless I wanted to use Apocalypse and Sal. I really like X-23 as a horseman, though. I don't use her a ton, but when I do use her, I do like it. And it's funny, I so badly wanted Apocalypse when he first came out just because of the horseman thing. And then after using him, and so there's a few champions where a specific piece of content really made me appreciate them. Claire was variant 5. Apocalypse was the gauntlet. Omega Red was variant 4. And Ultron might have been that side quest just now. I'm going to do the epic side quest. And I think I'm going to try to get through most of it with Ultron. Yeah, because I'm not really somebody that as soon as I get a champion, I just want to get using them right away. But if I find, if I see people saying, "Oh, this champion's really good here, there, whatever," then I'm likely to try them there. And if I see them good for that specific thing that people are going on about, then I'll try them other areas. And that's how it came about for Mole Man, actually. For my appreciation for him, was a specific path I was on for AQ. I used him, and initially I wasn't using him properly, so I'm like, "Oh, this sucks." And then once I started using him properly, I'm like, "Oh man, he's pretty OP." And then so I see where he's applicable to other areas. But no, I'm usually quite slow to appreciate a new champion to the roster. The team I roll with used assignment and recommended champs. It's great. Haven't died yet this season. Nice. Obviously, Omega Red is already immune to poison and 90% resistant to bleed. Yeah. Well, but the thing is with so like for example, if I'm running X-23, I'll have her X-23 and I want to make her a horseman. I'll have her, Professor X, Apocalypse, and maybe Cable. If there's a mutant, it was one of the first fights, whatever. So I'll have Professor X there with X-23 just so that the poison will do less damage over time. But if I'm running Omega Red, I don't need Professor X and X-23. At least not for the poison side of things. So, and yeah, I quite enjoy using Omega Red. Sometimes I enjoy him so much that where I'm using him where I shouldn't be. I did that with a path in 7-3. I think he would have been fine for it. I just wasn't playing it properly. But I was so stubborn, and I was like, I want to do this with him. And I just kept resetting until I finally had to give up. Because it was much quicker. I wouldn't need any resources with Apocalypse. So I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to go with Apocalypse. Used Gilly 2099 for side quest. Got solo on Wolvie 3-minute fight. It was fun. Yeah, that would be a long fight. Well, I mean, once you got the combo with her, it wouldn't be too bad, but getting up to that combo. Yeah, I was using Warlock initially as my main attacker. Um, and then on the left side, I had Warlock and Omega Red. I had Omega Red for magic, and that worked fine. Um, and actually, I think I may have used Omega Red for most of the fights because I used him for magic, and then I think I used him for Pyramid X as well. And then Warlock took care of Apocalypse. Wasn't paying attention there. Then the middle path on stream, I don't think I got through the middle path. I tried it a couple times, and I was using Warlock mainly. It was just that he was a bit slow. He did okay for Weapon X, but by the time I was getting through to Apocalypse, Warlock was too low. So I ended up using Ultron, and he did really well. And then for the right path, the right-hand side, I used I took Claire and Ultron. And everything other than Magneto, yeah, I used Ultron for. And he did really well. I had to use 2 revives for the boss on that one, just because I was lazy to reset. But yeah, no, after that, I'm like, okay. Ultron is it's got some potential. I had Gilly on the team for the middle path because just to have Warlock start with power. But yeah, I gave up on. Oh, I think the middle path when I actually got it done, I had Gilly, Ultron, and Warlock on the team. I didn't use Gilly for any of the fights though. Yeah, just because it was whatever fight I used her first was gonna be a long fight. I'm like, nah, these are already long enough. I really wanted to stun immune champ. That's why I need Hercules. Nick's second with Suicide's not a pretty sight. Yeah. Well, Diablo with his third pre-fight would be stun immune, but that's also his vial needs to be active. But yeah, I mean, so long as you're throwing your L1 frequently, which you could because you're going to heal up from the recoil or after the recoil, so it would be okay. So the main thing for him would just be getting to that first special. I think Penny Parker is kind of stun immune. Well, no, not stun immune, but she can be. Yeah, no, because she wouldn't avoid like nodes, like stunning reflection and stuff. Ultron is so good after the buff. Yeah, I'm starting to appreciate him. Trying to think where it was for Diablo, where I took him to R2, and I think it was it was after the Red Mags Mini in AQ, and I realized how good he was for that. That's where I started contemplating him for R3, and then I think I had done Acid Wash a couple times, and that's where it was like, yeah, he's definitely going to rank 3. But Hercules is only stun immune after you complete feats, right? Like right from the get-go, he's not. Ah. Oh, Hood. Actually, I don't know about Hood. It used to be before his buff, when his invisibility was on cooldown, he was stun immune. I don't know, and I think all of his abilities now are while he's invisible, because it used to be that everything kicked in when the invisibility was on cooldown. So I'm not too sure about him. But yeah, that would have been another one that was dependent on throwing specials. I ranked up my Diablo for the Mysterio and Summer Pain. That's why I took him to rank 3, because that's what I was intending to use there as well, and then I ended up using Apocalypse. I think I would have him at R3 even if I hadn't done it then. So, but yeah, that was the specific reason why I did that. After one feat, he is stunning me. Oh, okay, so that's yeah, pretty early, pretty accessible then. Okay. Let's see if they've updated anything in regards to AQ. I'm assuming not, but let's see. Looks like the issue for AQ should be resolved. That's resolved. Let's just wait until we actually get into play it, though. It's just the first issue of many, probably. So we'll run this match and then go have a look. I might need to relog, but we'll see. The first Mysterio, not... Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, because that was the first fight that was really specific. And that was the one where there weren't very many counters at all. I used I-Bomb for that. Is she stun immune? No. But he'll shrug it off if you use one of his combos. He'll shrug off any debuff. I think up to well, it depends when you use that combo, but he'll shrug off any incoming debuffs. So he would be for a certain amount of hits. I don't know if the stun would... Yeah, the stun would trigger. It would just be shrugged off right away. So it wouldn't actually make him stun immune. It's just that it wouldn't stay. Have a great one. Got to go. All right, dude. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I'm almost done myself. Gonna get something to eat. Watch some... What are we going to watch? Oh, Young Justice. And then... get through the trials. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like that was just a temporary issue. So... Oh yeah, so we should be able to see map 8 here, right? Okay. Eternal. Ooh. Energy costs. Oh. Yeah, so everything other than 7 and 8 have an entry cost. Let's see the map. How can Sun-Chi shrug off a stun? He would be stunned. Yeah, medium, light, medium. I'm not sure which one that's called. Let's see. I think it's the Cleansing Strike. Yeah, Cleansing Strike, medium, light, medium. Purify 3 debuffs. Gain 1 indefinite cleanse passive for each readied Wusu strike lasting until this Wushu strike is readied again. When a champion with cleanse is inflicted with a debuff, it is immediately purified and cleanse is removed. So okay, yeah. So that's so that's one of the reasons I like him for suicides. You do your medium, light, medium. The bleed and the poison are gone. Good. Then if you receive another bleed or poison or any other debuff at all, it will be removed. And yeah. So depending on where in your rotation you're throwing it, would dictate how many cleanses you can do. So that would be the thing. If you were using him for encroaching stun or stunning reflection, you would just need to be very mindful of when you use the cleansing strike and how many cleanse charges you used. He is stunned. He can't do anything. No, he'll shrug it off or cleanse it, I guess. I'm trying to think if there's any way I would need somewhere with stunning reflection. Probably. I don't know anywhere offhand. Yeah, I can't think of anywhere offhand with encroaching stun right now, but that would be the best way. DJ, how you doing? Slirum, how you doing? Mr. Enzo coming in with a raid. Well. We're just going to have a quick look at map 8 for AQ. Mr. Enzo coming in. How you doing? Thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. Axe Patel, how you doing? Mr. Murph. All right. Oh, wait. Let me... So we've got the mini as Nimrod. While the attacker is close to the defender gains a fury buff every 3 seconds. Okay. So we're going to have him twice. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. When the attacker fills a bar of power, they have 10 seconds to use a special, or 20% of their max power is instantly drained. Oh, that actually wouldn't be too bad for Penny. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad for her because you want to use her L1 relatively frequently, at the start of the fight. Okay, and then Penny is the final. Oh, right. Now I think we pick who we fight, right? Not sure if we... Oh, I didn't know that Kitty Pryde was supposed to be a boss as well. Nimrod is an annoying defender. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. El Professor, how you doing? Hey, first time here. How are you doing? So I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. How are you doing? The defender has indefinite protection, reducing all damage received by 50%. This goes on to cooldown for 15 seconds when knocked down. Okay. Enhanced Special 1. Both champions' attack is increased by 500% when using a heavy attack. Okay. I don't know. Ooh, I think I'd prefer to fight Penny. When the attacker performs a well-timed block, they gain a fuse charge. Striking the defender's block removes 1 fuse charge. When the attacker reaches 7 fuse charges, they're all consumed and the attacker takes a... Okay, yeah. That means I'd have to be paying attention to what's going on. Well, there wouldn't be any... Oh. Wait. Maybe these are... No, that's kind of... I guess those aren't too relevant. Every 7 seconds, the defender gains a protection effect, reducing all damage by 10%. Remove all stacks when interrupting defender's heavy attack. Okay. The attacker gains no power from landing or receiving attacks. Instead, they are granted 12% of a bar of power per second while the defender is suffering from a damaging debuff. Ooh, so that would be somewhere where Diablo would be pretty useful. And I don't see any poison immunes there. Let me take a look and see at map 7, if that's been changed at all. So how's your stream, Mr. Enzo? What'd you get up to? Let's see what map 7 is looking like. Okay, so map 7 is still the same layout. Oh, Sasquatch is a mini. Okay. And Penny is the boss. Huh. Oh, you know who could be good for this? Because I don't think the next debuff activated on the defenders immune purified each time. Defender gains power. I guess if you repair, it would be okay. But Hyperion could be pretty useful here, potentially. Kabam bringing back Link, so fun, annoying. But was it only for map 8? Yeah, because but this isn't even showing Link's going to the minis. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So we still have the Link's going to the minis, and then to the boss. Okay. I don't think it wasn't for too much of map 8. It was only like one side, right? Let's see. Yeah, so you'd have 3, 5. Oh, wait, no, that would pretty much just be almost like it was, right? Oh, and you're going to have to fight through some of them, too. Okay. Okay. Well, they want to add the difficulty or up the difficulty to map 8, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. This is going to be interesting. Better gain 60%. Okay. All right. Well, let's get these arenas done. Let's get her done. Yeah, we only have one more match here. And then we'll do a little bit in the Summoner Trials, and that will be a stream. This music is so good, it's very chill. Yeah. I need to, although that comment was from a while ago, I need to update the music playlist, because I've had the same playlist for a while. I've put it on like random order a few times, but yeah. I think it's about 2.5, 3 hours long for the playlist, but yeah, if ever I go over 3 hours for a stream, it becomes pretty redundant. Oh, I missed a few people from the raid. Mr. Bobby, how you doing? 633 has Stunning Reflection. Okay. Oh, Stunning Reflection though. Yeah. Well, you go try that one. Let's see. Yeah, because all I would need. Yeah, okay. Because all I'd need to do is just get the cleanse up, and then parry them. So I think what will happen is it will say like parried or stunned or whatever, but it will just be gone right away. Like the effect won't be felt. But let's have a look. Some of the links are beneficial, but can't add modifiers for map 8 because it's bugged, but it's still rolling it out. Yeah, because you know what they say, the show must go on, right? And we'll do one more for good luck. Yeah, I guess that's what we'll do there. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that my alliance. I don't think we're going to run map 8 this week at all. I think we'll probably run it day 1 next week. Yeah, and then go from there. And I don't know, like considering the cost for it, I don't know if we're going to get to running it every day anytime soon. I mean, that being said, people have had a ton of time to be saving up or buying tickets, so. Same with Icarus and Kabam still making money off him before the nerf. Kind of sus. Are you new to the game? This has been the way they've been doing things for quite a while. And I don't think they did say that he's bugged, right? Because I know I've seen a few videos from YouTubers saying it, but I think Kabam themselves have said it too. Because it's not too often where they disclose that something isn't working. It's usually after it's out released, people get to play around and they're like, oh, this wasn't intended. We're going to have to fix it. And I don't know. Because he was problematic right away, and we've still got his early access. I mean, I don't know if he'll be resolved before he's in the arena. I suppose we shall see. We shall see. All right, so what was it? 633? We'll try that. And see. So 633. I guess we could leave them on the team, but we're only trying out one thing. Nope. I don't see unless it's here. Nope. Yeah, I don't see where it is. Resistor. I think I checked all of them, right? Combo party. Resistor. Armored assault. Unless it was somewhere else. Kabam hasn't officially said that he isn't working as intended, and no, I'm not new to this game, over 6 years playing. Okay. But I think, like, yeah, it's probably the last, like, two years or so where I think that kind of stuff has become really bad. Well, also, it's probably the last couple of years where there's been a lot more problems that have been left in the game, or they've just been slow to address. Like, it used to be, if there were issues, it seemed like they took the problems seriously. Now they say they do, but their actions don't really support that too much. Okay. So, okay, yeah, let's get to 1750 here. And we'll be done with this craziness that is the arenas. So do you think when AQ goes live tomorrow, do you think something's going to happen to the point where we're going to have reduced timers? Because pretty much every time they update AQ, there's something that screws up, and their solution is just decreasing the energy timers. And I don't know necessarily if it will be manipulating the timers, but I'm pretty sure something tomorrow is going to be problematic. I don't even know what the issue is with Icarus because I haven't looked at any of his info or anything like that. I fought him in the cab difficulty. That's it. And I've used him a couple times for the objectives, but yeah, for what isn't working with him, I have no idea. Not a clue. Okay. Oh, that's what I get for looking up. Get punched in the face. Did we already get the Icarus early access bundles? Because I think when we got I don't remember if Sung Shi was resolved before we could first purchase them from Crystals. But I think that was the last one that I remember where a champion came out and then they made a change. Even though, yeah, people had said that, whatever it was going to be problematic. And Kabam took their time in addressing the problem. Icarus issue, when you refresh his incinerates, it multiplies the damage up to 7 times, and with 225 on the opponent, he melts abyss level health pools in like 100 hits. Okay. Yeah. Yep, that definitely won't stand. Oh. Dude, just give up. There we go. Okay. Although it's been a while though since a new champion has come out. Yeah. I'm just thinking, I think the last one that I can think of was Sung Shi, where a champion came out and they had to change something after he was playable. Because Hercules, although I think, Hercules, right? I think there was a change for Hercules. Yeah, with his indestructible or invulnerability, right? Because initially he would survive an L3, but they changed it where he doesn't. So they went from screwing up champions for a while to screwing up the drop rates. So I guess they had enough time with the drop rate problems, and now they're back to the champion problems. Keep it interesting. Keep us guessing. So are any of you or any of your alliances getting into map 8 tomorrow, or are you going to hold off on the first week and get to it later on? People buying this champ and spending resources to rank him, but it's not a real representation of how he should work. Yeah, and unless they... I think when there is a problem with something like that, I think it should be... A notice should be in-game. Because not everybody is going to watch YouTube videos, and not everybody is going to be on the forums. But we're all in the game. We're all going to check the messages because we might think we've got rewards or compensation or whatever, right? So unless a notice is in-game that something isn't working, there's no way for the entire community to know. And I don't think that you should be expected to be going to YouTube or going to the forums or whatever it is, looking for, what's not working as intended. I think if anyone doesn't look in the game for the information, that's on them. I think if it's other sources, like if it's the YouTube videos or if it's the forums, I don't think you could really put that on the individual. Now, somebody could say, oh, well, it's there, like on the forums. Sure. But if you're not somebody who's normally checking the forums, are you going to check every time a new champion comes out to see if it works? And I mean, it's not like it would take them much to put a notice in game. And it doesn't, like I'm not suggesting like a banner, like when you've got the server resets. I'm just, like just an in-game message, or they have the update thing that they added a while ago. They could just put the information there. Drop rate problems doesn't feel like they screwed. It should have been intentional. Yeah, the drop rate thing was intentional. Everyone in the CCP refusing to release the vids because it's too OP. Yeah, and they know it's going to be changed, so they know that if they put out a CCP video, that it's inaccurate information. It's accurate as of the video, right? Because that's the information they're using, the way the champion works when they make the video, but they know it's not going to stand, that it's not going to stay as is. So, Mr. Showers, how you doing? I think I've seen a couple videos about Icarus, and they've said this is not, like, he's going to be changed. And, like, I didn't know what the actual issue was, and I didn't watch the video. But I saw that. I saw the disclaimer, and I'm like, then why make the video? If you have to make a video, because it could be something after the fact, right? Like, you make a video, you want to publish it, but you realize there's going to be changes. So I could see that. But if in the video itself you're saying it's going to be changed, then you're making the video knowing that that's not going to stand. So just don't make the video. Because that happened with people with the hood buff, right? There were a couple people who made videos on his buff right away, and then it was changed, and they're like, and I think there was at least one where the person hadn't uploaded or hadn't published it, and we're like, I spent the time making it, and I'm kind of sad that, you know, it was all for nothing. What do you got going down, Mr. Showers? Okay. And I think this should get us to... Oh, one more match should do it. We'll get over the 1750. Ooh, and I should open... Yeah, I should have enough units now to be over 38. Yep. Yeah, I haven't looked at anything for Icarus or Cersei, but I don't know. I just really had no interest in either of them. The animations are pretty good, though. But, I mean, that's usually the case. That is one thing that I cannot say they are not always on the ball with. Their artwork, their animations are, yeah, really well done. Katie Candy put out a PSA saying, in good faith, she won't release videos of the insanity damage because it's unethical to show it, knowing it will be changed. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess the CCP members are doing better than the company then, right? Okay. Ooh, let's go and see what we've got to claim here. Okay. So we should end up with some units from at least the Summoner Trials there just now. Yeah, that's going to get us over 38,000. Okay. Very good. And I don't think... Yeah, I don't think we're going to hit 40. We might hit 40 during Cyber Weekend, but definitely not before. If I open the battle chips, probably, but yeah, we're going to hold on to the battle chips for a while. I think even CCP members stopped doing over-exaggerated videos. Yeah, I mean, I never really watched those. And this is why, because of the amount of times where a champion would be showcased and then later on we find out stuff would be changing about it. And I didn't watch those often, and I don't know what the comment sections would be like, but I know there were a couple cases where people blamed CCP for champions being overhyped, and you know, maybe that's what's happening there. So, but anyways, that is it for me. Thanks for coming, hanging out, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, and thank you, Enzo, for the raid. Much appreciated. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Take care.